Oh, hey, Visibility Hacker. Welcome back to our Branding 101 series. We're talking about colors today in this video. You're definitely going to want to stick around because we're diving into some really fun psychology. Hey, I'm Molly from Visibility Hacking Studios, and we help small brands build their visibility, blow it out of the water so that they can start connecting with their ideal customers, bringing them into their world, nurturing that relationship, and ultimately ascending those customers into their paid products. And we want to help you with all of that. So we put together this Branding 101 series, so stay tuned. Serious question. If you came home one day and someone had painted all of your walls, I know it feels weird, you feel kind of violated that someone was in your house, but just stick with me. And all of the walls were bright yellow. How would you feel? Now, what happened if they had painted the walls instead of a yellow, they painted them all blue or purple or black? Ladies, how do you feel when you wear a great red dress? Basically, what I'm saying is color is so deeply attached to how we feel, to how we tell stories, to how we communicate with each other, how we share emotions, and ultimately how you should be communicating your brand. So let's talk about leveraging the power of color, the psychology of color to build our brands, to connect with our ideal customers, and to ultimately make more money online. In this video, we're going to talk about branding with color. We'll also talk about the intersection of color and brand personality. And we'll answer the question that always stumped me: what are brand guidelines? So for this and more, I'll see you after the intro. So quick thing about color psychology. Different colors make us feel different emotions. And this is interesting because across different cultures, those colors share different emotions. They share different cultural weight. And I've always found that fascinating. So it's something to look into when you're looking at your market, when you're looking at color in connection to your brand. How does that color connect to your culture, the culture of your market? How do I know this is true? Well, in what feels like a lifetime ago, I used to knit teddy bears in grade school up into my mid-20s. And I'd knit these teddy bears with leftover pieces of yarn or donated yarns, and we'd donate them to organizations like Doctors Without Borders. And they would take them to different countries that were facing natural disasters, humanitarian crises. They would bring them to refugee camps and all of that kind of stuff. And they would give them out to kids who probably had nothing. And I thought that was such a fun project to be part of. One thing I found really fascinating was that we would get these guidelines from the organization that would totally ban certain colors. Colors that here, where I'm from in North America and in Europe, seem to be totally fine colors. There's no cultural significance behind them. There's nothing bad about them. We may even consider them basic colors. But in other cultures, no, they were complete no-nos. For example, here in North America and in Europe, the color red might denote passion and excitement, whereas in other cultures, it might feel like blood and war, so we kind of avoid that color. Same with black and white. They can mean death or purity, depending on your culture. So anyways, let's talk about North America, European context, for example. But again, always make sure that you are doing your research and understanding what the cultural significance is of the colors that you're using in your brands for the markets and the customers that you are connecting with, obviously. So here we go. Red generally will denote passion and excitement, as I already said. Orange might be playful. Yellow, it's definitely happy. Green is like money, so it represents prosperity, whereas blue is strong and trustworthy. One of my favorite colors, purple, is creative. White is virtuous. Black is powerful, luxurious, sleek. Think about your brand and what kind of personality are you bringing about? What colors bring you that feel? That is the perfect place to stop for today's question of the day. What color best represents your brand? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. So we know brand personality is that feeling, experience, that voice, that personality of your brand, and that can come across in the colors that you use as well. So rather than me blabbing on about color and personality, let's just do a pop quiz. Now feel free to get your pens and pencils out because this is what I like to call Molly's favorite game. I'm going to give you a variety of options. You're going to pick either or and let me know down in the comments which one best fits your brand. At the end of this, you'll see how everyone can get a completely different mix. And I'm really curious what your mixes are. So tell me about your brand. Are you more feminine or masculine? Is your brand more playful or serious? When people come across your brand, is it seen as luxurious or affordable? Is your brand modern or classic? Tell me about your brand. Are you more youthful or mature? I'm curious, is your brand loud or subdued? Whatever your answers are, make sure you hit the subscribe button and join us here on the Visibility Hacking channel. Every week we have new videos for you, and you do not want to miss them. So I've been working with brands of all sizes, from solopreneurs to Fortune 500 companies. And the biggest difference I found in terms of communicating that brand internally to your team, as well as being effective in communicating your brand to your wider public, are brand guidelines. And honestly, the first couple times I came across this term, I had no idea what they were talking about. So I want to save you that headache. Let's talk about brand guidelines. What are they? They're a clearly defined set of rules and standards for how your brand will be presented visually. So consider it either a document or a single page where you outline your fonts, your colors, maybe some photos that reference the feel and experience of your brand. You can go really in depth and have examples of what your logo could look like and should never look like. Why is this helpful? Well, it's helpful when you're working with people in your team to be able to set a standard of what the brand visual representation looks like. So if you bring on a new designer, they know where those reference materials are, they know what the brand should be looking like, and they can take it off from there. Now, coming up with all of this stuff with branding, today we talked about colors and just colors. There's so much more to branding, but it can be overwhelming. It can be a lot. So I've put together a tool just for you guys to help you put your branding stuff together, to help understand what your brand guidelines are. So I've put together a branding guide for you guys. It's available free for you in the Visibility Vault. Click the links down in the description. You can get access absolutely free. There's our marketing series. You can get a fabulous template to create your own marketing plan if you haven't already, which you definitely should. We talked about this last video. I'll see you guys in our next video in the Branding 101 series. Until I see you again, remember, I love you. Be excellent to each other. Just go live because your people are out there and they are waiting for you.